Today we're going to compare the Nuna Triv Next and the Cybex Melio, two compact, lightweight strollers oriented towards car-based and urban lifestyles. So let's jump straight into it then, looking at the advantages and disadvantages of each model in turn, and focusing on their differences in terms of child comfort, ease of use, longevity, and driving characteristics, before ending with a discussion of under what conditions and uses one might make a better purchase over the other. And starting off with the Triv Next, the model clocks in at 9 kilos and folds down to 69 by 57.5 by 31 centimeters with the seat attached. It can take 22 kilos in the seat and 4.5 in the underslung shopping basket. With regards to child comfort, the Triv Next has a nicely upright position and a newborn acceptable near-flat recline, in Europe at least, and a few other regions. Size-wise, the Triv Next seat measures 31 centimeters in width, has a length for the sitting surface, meaning the combined lengths of the backboard, baseboard, and leg rest, of 96, and has a total longer length of 104 when folding down the leg rest and using the front frame mounted footrest. As far as other aspects of the seat are concerned, the Triv Next textiles are of decent quality and provide comfort both in summer and winter via a removable seat liner covering a large mesh window in the seat back. The harness is easy to use, and the canopy provides acceptable coverage, at least when extended. For the newborn period, in addition to potentially just using the seat reclined, Nuna also has a bassinet available, and the model is compatible with a wide range of car seat brands if using post adapters, or at least Nuna's own seats with the ring adapter. Note that if you're having trouble figuring out car seat compatibility, we have a guide on our Patreon page. When it comes to parent comfort, the Triv Next handle is adjustable between 96 and 106 centimeters in height, while the shopping basket is decently sized and easy to access. Folding the model involves a two-step process that can be accomplished with one hand, while when folded, the Triv Next self-stands, is carryable via the same strap used to activate the fold, and the folded dimensions are quite compact, making the model convenient to pack in the trunk, and, in combination with its light weight, are also small enough for gate checking with a lot of airlines. As far as the feel of using the Triv Next goes, the chassis is simply designed mechanically, but relatively slim with its bars, and versus most other models of its size, feels a little on the fragile side, with a propensity to bend and strain a bit when used with an older child. When it comes to driving, decent-sized wheels, 6.7 inches in the front and 8.7 in the back, as well as good shock absorption, give the Triv Next the ability to handle gravel, broken sidewalks, and lighter cobblestones when you need it to. Moving on, the Melio clocks in at a much lighter 6.1 kilos and folds down to a smaller 49 by 59 by 29 centimeters. It has a lower weight capacity of 15 kilos in the seat, but can take 5 kilos in the underslung storage basket. When it comes to child comfort, the Melio also has a nicely vertical upright position and a newborn acceptable near-flat recline, while size-wise, the seat has an identical width to the Triv Next, but the length of the sitting surface is a bit shorter, at 89 centimeters, and the Melio also lacks a proper front frame mounted footrest for older toddlers to anchor their feet. And while the front crossbar can still be used for this purpose, it's rather thin and shouldn't take too much added pressure due to the slimness of the Melio's overall design. When it comes to other aspects of the seat, the Melio's textiles feel a bit cheaper than the Triv Next, with thinner fabrics, less padding, and without extra ventilation built into the seat back. That being said, the harness is still easy enough to use, and the canopy extends a little further and also has flaps to cover its ventilation panels, which the Triv Next lacks, at least on the sides. For the newborn period, in addition to also potentially just using the seat reclined, there's similarly a bassinet available for the Melio, as well as car seat adapters that are compatible with the same range of brands as when using the Triv Next post adapters. Moving on to parent comfort, the Melio's handle has a nearly identical range of height as the Triv Next, between 96 and 107 centimeters, and though a little narrower, the shopping basket is also easily accessible and relatively large for smaller models like these. When it comes to folding, right out of the box, the Melio also has an easy one-handed fold, self-stands when folded, and is both more compact and much lighter to carry via a handle on the underside of the seat. That being said, however, there are many more hinges and connection points on the Melio. The fold is handle operated in comparison to the centrally activated setup on the Triv Next, and with much slimmer bars and a hinged handle adjustment mechanism, which is a more wear-prone setup than the telescopic extension on the Triv Next, there's a much higher risk of loosening with the Melio, which can lead to the folding system getting fiddly or outright failing over time. And that lighter, more delicate build also affects how the model feels to use, where it's more flimsy feeling than the Triv Next, is a bit sketchy to tip up curbs, at least with an older toddler, and where the model's narrower rear frame also makes it a bit tippy. Lastly, when it comes to terrain capability, the Melio has smaller wheels than the Triv Next, 6.3 inches all round, which would still have been enough to handle at least lighter rough ground, but unfortunately, that lighter structure causes the model to more easily get hung up on impediments like broken sidewalks or gravel, with the chassis apt to bend and strain against forward motion, rather than being rigid enough to just power its way through. So which one of these should you get then? For me, the Triv Next is clearly the better choice between these two, simply based on its better durability, as even though neither is quite strong enough for a heavily pedestrian lifestyle in a rougher environment, the Triv Next can still hold up quite well for the lighter wear that comes with a car-based lifestyle, while those 3 kilos that you save with the Melio don't really mean all that much, with both of these strollers being so light anyway, and don't make up for the headaches that can come as a result of its much flimsier build. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please subscribe, as this sort of support really helps us to continue making videos in the future. If you'd like to know more about either of these models, we have standalone reviews that go into a lot more detail, and links have been added in the description. In addition, if you're currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page, which lists a wide range of models that we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description as well. Thank you.